Hello everyone and welcome to Tuesday. It is a gloomy day outside, which is very fitting for my mood. I just found out less than probably 10 minutes ago that my absolute favorite television show of all time that has ever been was just canceled. It has had a nice 7-year run, and I am truly blessed and thankful that I got to experience it. Last season was kind of fitting for a closing, I guess. Sorry, I had to swap arms. Last season was a good fitting closing. The show I'm speaking of, if you don't already know, is Once Upon a Time. One of my, I would say probably my absolute favorite television show of all time. I've never really watched a television show complete every episode, not missing a beat. Also, I've never invested in the television show quite like I have with Once Upon a Time. I have memorabilia from the show. I have pins, buttons, necklaces, bracelets, playing cards, figures. I mean, you name it, I've got it for Once Upon a Time. Because it has been my absolute favorite television show ever, bar none. The writing was exceptional. The characters have always been exceptional. And so, as I was mentioning, season 6, it tied up really well. It closed out a beautiful, beautiful chapter, and it was a phenomenal season, a phenomenal run for 6 seasons. The 7th season is considered a reboot of the show. It's a sequel of sorts, or a requel, if you will, of some of the same characters, but a lot of new characters being brought to life. And at first I was a little off-put by the fact that most of the cast was gone from the original series, and that everything had changed. And then I started watching it, and I got addicted to it too, because it started to get a lot of the same feelings that the other seasons had. And yeah, it's been a little choppy for this season, of course, because it's kind of a transitional piece away from its normal life, so to speak, as it had always been. I'll explain why all this is over here in a minute. But yeah, I'm a little heartbroken, ABC. Why did you cancel my favorite television show? I kind of expected it almost to be canceled last season. And I'm sure this season, with them moving it from a Sunday night to a Friday night, really did not help it at all. Because Friday night television shows just don't do anything anymore, because nobody's home on Fridays. I'm not typically home on Friday evenings. And of course, I've mentioned it before, I don't have cable television anymore. So I was watching it the next day on Hulu, which still counts for its ratings. But, alas, the executives saw otherwise. And I'm really thankful that I got to enjoy, 6.5 seasons, because we're not all the way through season 7 yet. We have until May. March is when it kicks back in, and it ends in May. I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to tie it together, because this season was really building to be a continuation and to keep going past this season. So I'm really kind of unsure how it's going to all tie together. But I can kind of see them being able to wrap it all up. Regardless of the fact, that was my absolute favorite television show. That was the only reason I actually kept cable television as long as I did, was because of that show. And yeah, I'm just a little distraught right now, because it was such my favorite, right? And so yeah, it's gone after this season, which is heartbreaking for me, because that's what I look forward to watching on, well, now Friday nights, but that's literally what I looked forward to every weekend when it was in season, was watching Once Upon a Time. And it's gonna be gone. I'm sad. Don't like this at all. Not happy. Also, I'll explain this now. The cart that's there, and the subsequent trash bag that I've got beside it, is I'm cleaning a little off that cart as well. But that is my craft cart. You guys may know, I've mentioned it before, I do sell some things on Etsy. I do candles, but I also do jewelry. I sell beading stuff. So if you've watched any of my videos way back in the day, I used to show you guys my beading that I was doing throughout the day. Well, I actually sold one of my necklaces on Etsy, one of my favorite ones. If I've got a picture of it, I'll insert it here. Filler music. Filler music. With that being said, being that I've sold a piece, I really need to go ahead and revamp and redo some more stuff. And I really needed to get back into it anyway. I've mentioned that before. I really enjoy it, and I want to get some more pieces on there so that people can see some of the artistry that does really truly go into handcrafted things versus buying jewelry just at Walmart that will break within 6 months or less. So I've started working on a new piece, and I thought I would share it with you guys today. Let me show you. This is the piece that I'm working on. It is the scalloped necklace design. That was the one that I showed you if I found a picture of it. And this is the starting phases of it right here. So this is what it's going to start to look like. I'm actually doing it in these two-tone turquoise colors. So it's got this kind of opaque light blue turquoise. And then it has this darker green with a little bit of a metallic turquoise in it as well. In addition to that, normally it has like a little circle hoop here. And a piece below that kind of swags below. I'm actually thinking of eliminating that hoop altogether and doing something a little different. The cool thing about doing beadwork and things like this is I can get a general pattern, but I can also customize the design to be a little more fitting. So I haven't decided yet. I originally wanted to do something kind of earthy, with these wood beads that I've used before, but I'm also thinking about doing, instead of hoops, adding pearls to it. So I'm not real sure if I'm going to do the pearls or the hoops yet. Haven't really decided, but I want to go ahead and get the base piece finished first before I add in the second parts. So let me know what you think if you're watching this. Leave me a comment down below. Do you think it should have pearls, or do you think it should be a little more standard pattern like the other? I also have the option, I've thought about doing the wood beads with it as well. The wood beads I have are a little large for this, I do believe, as you can hear me rustling. That's one of them right there. But I feel like that the wood beads would be just a tad bit too big for this piece. That's the only reason I didn't use them or want to use them. I also have smaller wood beads as well, which I have right there. And potentially I could work those into it as well. I could actually use those wood beads and just do the hoop in the wood beads. So I'm not sure yet. I'll keep you guys posted on what I decide to do in the end. But yep, so I've started a new project. Alright guys, well darkness is upon us, and I am going to close up everything, go make some dinner, and maybe watch a little television. Maybe once upon a time. Yeah, that'll probably be what I watch. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. I messed that up, but you know what's coming. I'm going to correct myself anyway. I will see you on the other side. Till tomorrow.